Hi fellow booktubers, Tiffany here with The Crafty Home, and today I'm doing my December wrap-up. I'm trying filming in a new place. This is my chair where I sit and do most of my reading. It kind of feels funny though because it's a recliner, so I feel like I should just fall asleep. Anyway, it feels kind of weird because I'm leaning back and stuff, but we'll see how it goes. So, yeah, so first in the month of December, I read I read half of Destiny Defied. It's the book one in the Destiny series by J.A. Marks. This was one that I got to review from LitViews, and I didn't like it. I couldn't get into it. It was the world just wasn't developed well, and I didn't like it at all. But then, and then I read, I don't have a copy of it, but then the Cramathon started, and so then I read, oh golly, what was it? Heir of Fire. I think I remember that. The third book in the Throne of Glass series. I don't have a copy because I borrowed it from the library, but I finished that as my first kind of book. There wasn't much in it, but my first book for the Cramathon because it needed to get read, and I wanted to finish it because it was actually late back to the library, so I had to finish it and get it back. Then I read, so the first book I read for the Cramathon was The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making by Catherine M. Valente. Oh, this was also the first book I read in the Christmas Booktubeathon. I did two reading challenge things, so that was fun. Anyway, this book is very, very good. A great fantasy that kind of takes a modern take, but not too modern, on all the different elements of fairy stories, and I really enjoyed it. And I have the other two in the series, and so I'm excited to read those eventually. The next book I read was The Selection by Kiera Cass. This book I think is technically longer than this one, maybe not. But I think about it, maybe not. They're probably pretty close on word counts, but this one I sailed through, kind of just a quick read. I have the other ones on hold from the library, but I got money for Christmas for books, and so I also bought the whole series because I knew that I really liked it and would keep reading it. So I'm not sure, the next one in the series somebody's reading and it's not due for a while, so I'm thinking my book order might come before it's available. If I sound kind of hoarse today, it's because I have a cold, which is why I didn't do more videos right after Christmas, because I was sick. Sorry, there's something sticky on this book. Probably from the library from there. Oh, when they put the new sticker there. Anyway, okay. Getting off topic. I'm good at that. The next book I finished in the month of December was The Magician's Nephew from the Chronicles of Narnia series by C.S. Lewis. My son and I are reading the series together this school year. Well, I'm reading it at the same time, kind of buddy reading it. I'm not reading it aloud to him. So he had finished this already, so I had to finish it. We're going to start on Monday, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and we watched the movie last night as kind of a New Year's thing. The little ones, he's older by 4 years than the rest of the kids, and so we put the little ones to sleep, and then him and I went to 7-Eleven and got some snacks, and we watched the Chronicles of Narnia together, the movie, until New Year's. It was fun. Special mommy boy time. And then I started a series of novellas that I read every year. I highly recommend getting your hands on them before next Christmas. They're the Red Glove series by Karen Kingsbury. My sister is the one who found this book, and I think she gave us the gift of the book, my mom and I, the year she read it. And then my mom gave us, I have up on my bookshelf a pair of red gloves and a doll which fit with the story after that, and I put them out every year at Christmas. And then my sister, it was either my sister or my mom, I think some years it was one, some was the other, who always got us these when they came out each Christmas, so I have all 4 of them. So the first one is Gideon's Gift. So I finished that one. These are quick, they don't take very long, they're novellas. I read 2 in a day, and that was without even really trying. This is Maggie's Miracle. I'm not going to tell you a lot about them, they're just good Christmas stories. This is Hannah's Hope. And I read Sarah's Song. They have newer updated covers. I really like these older vintagey looking ones though. They have ones that are like lots of colors on them and stuff though. Anyway, they're good. Next I picked up a book because one of the challenges for the Cramathon, and I already did a wrap-up video for that. I'm really sorry. I got sick. Like I said, I'm still sick. I actually feel somewhat worse today than I have other days, but in some ways, but on others, I don't know. It's really weird. I figured I was going to be forever if I waited till I felt 100% to make a video, so I just did it. But one of the challenges was to read a book in verse, and Witty, that is not your first name. I can't remember her first name actually, but the person behind Witty Novels, what is her name? I can't think of it right now. Anyway, she said, you know, anything by Ellen Hopkins, which I had never read anything by Ellen Hopkins. I'd never even heard of her. So I picked this one up from our library. Okay, so I was worried that the writing in verse would be something I wouldn't like, and that was fine. I actually liked that. I liked that you felt like you were getting, like, the glare on this is probably horrible. You felt like you were getting like more into their emotions and psyche, and there is a part at the end of this that made me go, whoa, what just happened, you know? So in that way it was good, but it also just, it dealt with a lot of really harsh topics, and which I know a lot of her books do, which I didn't know that until I started reading it. It's not my cup of tea. She's not really, I may read something from her again, but probably not. After I finished this, I needed something to pick me up because I was like just depressed and like, whoa, that was a heavy book. So then I picked up a book that I was so excited to read, and that's Lizzie and Jane by Catherine Rea. Her first book, Catherine Rea's first book, was Dear Mr. Knightley, which I got for review when it came out last year, I think it was last year, because it had Jane Austen references in it, and I was like, oh, that sounds good. So I read it, and she's an amazing author. This one also has, obviously, Lizzie and Jane, and has some of that in it too, and has other literary references to Dickens and some other people. I can't think of the other guys' names right now, but lots of literary references. But it's not like that's not the whole point of the story. It's just they're sprinkled throughout, which makes it really, really enjoyable. But this one is about a woman, Elizabeth, who is a chef in New York City, and her sister is battling cancer, and she ends up going home, and they've been estranged for a long time since their mom died. And anyway, it's a really beautiful story. I loved this so much. I gave it 5 stars. Yeah, I loved it. I love Catherine Rea. I can't wait till she writes a bunch more. And then the last book that I finished, oh, sticky notes. The last book I finished in 2014 and in December was A Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket, The Bad Beginning. Yes, I have yet to read these. I'm older than a lot of people. I know a lot of you on BookTube read these like when they came out and they were 4-year grade. When these came out, I was in college probably, or even older. What year did these come out? Let us see, and I will tell you. Needless to say, that's why I've never read them before. And now I was reading them because 99, that was my first year of college. Yep. So they weren't on my radar then. But now I've heard so many people talk about them, and my son is into this stuff. He's not sure he wants to read these, but we've listened to the audiobook of 13 Suspicious Events, Suspicious Mysteries. I can't remember the exact title. And he's reading one of his other ones we just got from the library that's in a new series. So he likes Lemony Snicket, he likes his writing style, so I may convince him, but he doesn't like books that are all bad. Like I read him the back of this book where it has the letter to the reader, and he was like, well then I don't want to read them because I don't like bad books that don't have happy endings. It's like, okay, whatever. I think they're fun. Anyway, so those were the books I read in December of 2014, the books I ended the year with. I was 2 books shy of my Goodreads goal of reading 100 books. I can't believe it. I'll talk about my 2015 goal in my January TBR. But anyway, I was wanting to read 100 books. I was too shy. But kind of near the end of the year, I ramped up my reading. Doing booktube videos like really helps me focus more on reading. And so I'm hoping this year to be a lot better. And I can't believe I missed it by 2. It honestly didn't dawn on me until like 12:05 or whatever on this morning. Was today the first? Yeah, this morning. I was scrolling through Instagram because my friend had posted a picture of her and her kids, and so I was looking at that, and then I scrolled through, and somebody had posted a screenshot of their Goodreads goal. I'm like, yay, I made it! And I was like, oh, duh! New Year's Eve, I should have been reading because I was only 2 away. I totally could have done it. But for some reason I didn't equate like New Year's Eve with the end of the year. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I'll blame it on my cold. But anyway, so I was off by 2. I just want to kick myself for that. But that's okay. I read more than I probably would have if I hadn't been trying. So anyway, let me know what you read in December and if you've read any of these books and what you thought about them. Based on the ones I really liked. If there's other books you think I might like, let me know down below. I love to hear from you, and until next time, I'll chat with y'all later. Bye!